Hey everybody, welcome to the POS Podcast. I am over at Sabers this week, so I'm doing it from his house. He's upstairs. I'm downstairs.
We watched movies today and ate grilled
Okay.
cheese sandwiches.
Very important
Yeah,
information.
Yeah, there's a local place that sells like artisan grilled cheese sandwiches.
The best. We had the sampler appetizer plate with the mozzarella sticks, the big old crispy French fries, and the deep fried pickles. Actually, I felt so fat eating all this deep fried brown food that I actually had leftover salad in the fridge. I'm like, I got to eat this at least for the next. I got to eat this for the next 5 minutes, or I'm gonna die. So I ate lettuce and then I ate the rest of the grilled cheese. Tangent. I'm sorry. Continue.
Well, I was just gonna bring up have you guys been the
I've
past
been
couple weeks?
doing well, thank you.
I'm fine.
You can go see people now, and that's great. So I've been doing that. I've been seeing people.
Yeah.
July is about to be a time.
Yeah.
Nice.
Jax, you're a little quiet.
Let me see. Is it my mic? Let me see. How can
I can just turn you up a little bit.
Okay.
But Jax, while you're doing that, how have you been?
Yeah, I've been fine. Just working, do normal stuff like usual. Pretty much. That's my life. Just work, and that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just chilling. Not much new.
Well, Saber, I mean, I've been seeing you. Know what you've been up to.
You know what I've been up to, man.
Oh yeah.
We watched Silver Surfer when you showed up. The day after that, we watched Skyfall, and today we watched Apollo, which was not the box of Danny.
Apollo 11.
You see this girl?
Yeah, Apollo 11, which is basically like restored footage of the Apollo 11 mission to the moon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it was basically just a documentary, like just showing that. So that was pretty neat.
Awesome.
Silver Surfer the cartoon too, Jay. I mean, not the cartoon, the movie. The movie.
You watched the movie.
Rise of
Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
The Fantastic Four one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when I first saw that, it was a long time ago, and I was like, okay, wow, I wonder how they're gonna do fucking Galactus in it, and then they just made him a fucking fart cloud, and I was like, yeah. You couldn't have a big purple pimp walking around the city, so yeah, something like that.
I was just laughing at the thing, and I was saying, "Oh, the thing, I'm a clubber, and I'm gonna punch a bear. I'm gonna yell at a bear in the Black Forest." It's fucking
clobbering time. It's clobbering time.
It's clobbering.
That's when Chris Evans was before Captain America.
I was joking about how when they were at the dance, for the bachelor party, he should have been, "It's clobbering time." He starts dancing. He's like, "You get it on the thing." And I said, "Club instead of clobbering." Someone dance with me, please.
All right. So I guess topics. There's a few things we can talk about. I guess first we'll talk about a live action thing. In the Heights is something that me and Hero watched.
Yes.
Saber, did you watch that with Laura?
I did. Laura loved it. Apparently, it was Lin-Manuel's first musical. They got a Tony. Yeah.
I'm
curious what you all thought.
That movie is getting black, actually.
Really? What's going on?
Yeah, I heard that from a few people. Because no, go ahead.
Some colorism. It's hard for me in the not being Latino and Latina to understand fully what the problem is. But apparently there's some colorism going on where a lot of the main actors are lighter skinned Latino and Latina. There's not very much representation for dark skinned. Just by looking at it, just at my first glance, I can't see it, but obviously it's a thing because many people are raising a fuss about it. So yeah, it's getting some flack for that.
Oh,
No,
I heard it was getting flagged for something else.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Because
just
it was
heard
like-
it was getting flack for like having a pretty lackluster story. Yeah.
I heard it was getting flagged because they changed a bunch of stuff from the actual thing.
Oh, from the musical?
That's why because on Double Toasted, freaking Martin was talking about it, how like he went back to watch the original thing or listen to the original thing afterwards, and it was like, oh, they changed a bunch of stuff from that concept, so that's why I was hearing people were upset. So I don't know.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was a musical, I guess.
Mhm.
That's what you call it.
But moving on to some other things before we get to the animated movies.
It was a musical, so it wasn't that good. It's not Little Shop of Horrors, but nothingness.
I have some thoughts about it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I like the beginning, and then it got more boring progressively, and it kind of lost me. It got a little bit cheesy. The music was great, but there's a certain point, like after there was there's a part of the film that I don't want to spoil it, where something happened that seemed like it was pretty critical, and I'm like, okay, that was a heartfelt moment, but then everything else after that felt super cheesy, and I'm like, this is good.
Yeah,
but that's just my opinion.
It turned into one of those hippy dippy things.
That's a hippy dippy.
Not
It's
even
kind of
really.
it kind of like High School Musical. I know it's insane for me to say that, but like it's I don't know.
I know where you're coming from, yeah.
I thought it'd be a bit grittier, a bit more real, but like it's like we're gonna lose the rec center. Okay.
The music was very nice though. I enjoyed it. The kid rapping in the pool or whatever. I love that bit.
That was the pool scene was my favorites. I love the pool part, especially with them like talking about like the lottery ticket and stuff.
By the way, Haley, did you see what I said about the song from the pool scene? I linked like a lot of information about it, but you might not have seen.
What about what?
The song and the pool scene.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So just really quickly, when I was listening to 96,000, the pool scene song, I was like, this snippet of music sounds like it's sampled from a Mos Def and Talib Kweli song. And I was like, I swear I've heard this before. So I went to go listen to that song. And I was like, yeah, it like almost isn't, but definitely is, right? So I asked like a bunch of my friends and they're like, yeah, I think so. And then so somebody actually asked Lin-Manuel Miranda the exact same question. He's like, is this sampled after the Mos Def and Talib Kweli song? And he's like, no, it's actually sampled after a KSR or KRS-One song called Stop the Violence. And I was like, oh, my song is sampled off of that song. That song is just sampled to high hell, I guess. It's great. So I was right, but not fully right, because the song I was thinking of was sampled from another song. Nice. Hello, sweetie.
Yeah. So next thing, Loki. By the way, for people sending super chats, we answer those at the end of the show, like at the second half. So if you're sending super chats, we'll be answering all the questions at the end. Anyway, so Loki, I'm not gonna like go too deep into it because Jax, have you seen any of it yet?
Yeah, I've seen both episodes.
Okay.
I'm gonna definitely forget. So why y'all do this, right?
Okay. Yeah. So, I guess I'll put a spoiler tag up. We won't go too deep into it though. Where's my spoiler tag?
The spoiler tag's up. The spoiler tag's up right now, right?
No. Yeah,
Okay,
because for some reason, like Streamlabs completely like got rid of my YouTube settings, so like I had to redo everything, but so I forgot to do a spoiler tag.
Right.
Yeah, let me get one here. Spoiler, but we can talk about it without spoilers for now. While I get this up. So go ahead and talk, Jax.
Okay, so the first episode I really liked a lot. How because originally I was feeling like I was gonna hit superhero burnout of just like, okay, here we go again, another Marvel property I have to watch, because I don't know, like, even though I liked Falcon and Winter Soldier, I wasn't like in love with it. And then WandaVision I liked a lot initially, and then the ending I was kind of mixed on. So like this one I was like, okay, what are you gonna do? And then the first episode, really liked it. Loved the fact that they didn't spend too much time on this Loki being like I'm gonna be evil or something like that. They pretty much got him to be the Loki at the end of Thor Ragnarok, and the one that died in Infinity, that one. They got him to be close to that version in Infinity War, because like he's being interviewed and he's like, okay, why do you hurt people? Why do you do this? Why do you do that? And then Owen Wilson is phenomenal in the show. Like, he's not doing his wow thing. He's like actually really like good. That whole scene with him and Loki having the interview and talking to each other, I thought that was just masterful. Like, that was just great. And then like Loki like expressing like how he became that way, why he does the things he does, and all that stuff. I thought that was like completely masterful. I think I love the look of the TVA. I think it looks really cool. I love the fact that they have all these they have like these certain moments where it's just like, oh, this was a massive thing when we were trying to do it, but now it's just like, yeah, we're past that power level point, so yeah, you don't have to worry about that anymore. Like, we're it's just past that. Second episode was very interesting with what they're going about doing, and when we get to the spoiler tag, I'll bring something up, even though I know they said one thing, but I feel like I talk about something else with it. But yeah, I'll go ahead and say that.
Okay.
What you think?
I think it's very interesting because with Loki, I think we are definitely entering that part of the comics, or taking stuff from the comics to where, like, okay, I was mentioning it to Saber too, because I didn't like reveal anything to him,
right,
but I said that
he needs to watch these shows.
I know,
like, how many shows has he not seen? Did he finish WandaVision?
Yeah, neither has Laura, which I'm surprised by that she hasn't seen it yet.
It hasn't been. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so I think with this, like, because beforehand, after I saw Spider-Verse, I was like, wow, Spider-Verse is the most comic book movie I've ever seen. With like all the different things they were doing in Spider-Verse. Where with this and these shows, I'm like, okay, now the MCU's getting into this like weird stuff with like time and dimensions and whatever.
Right.
Which is this is definitely going to lead into the new Spider-Man movie and Doctor Strange.
Most definitely.
What's happening there.
We still need a fucking trailer for that. It's just like ridiculous. Like, I know it comes out December.
Yeah.
It comes out
by the way,
year.
I do have the spoiler tag up now.
Okay. So the spoiler tags are up now. Okay, so cool. That
so
girl at the end...
just mute for now. If you're watching, just mute and then unmute when I take it away.
Yeah. So if you don't, exactly, for spoiler stuff. So that woman at the end, I think I feel like that's Enchantress. You remember from Earth's Mightiest Heroes?
Because I've been watching Black Nerd Comedy's recaps of the episodes, and he mentioned that.
Yeah, I feel like that's Enchantress, the blonde hair and stuff like that. Yeah. I know they have female Loki, because female Loki is very much a thing in the comics. That is very much a thing that has happened in the comics, and they said that they had that whole gender fluid thing, whatever, and they posted about. But it's like, I don't know, like, something about the look made me think it's Enchantress just from, but we'll see. Like, I don't want another Mephisto thing going on, but yeah, like that. I thought that was like interesting how they brought that in, because like, it was like, oh, the one we're hunting is you, and then like, Loki's just being a villain, doing all this stuff, going through all that. I thought that was very interesting. And then like that whole scene was like very eerie when he was talking to himself. So I like the fact they're making this villain Loki very eerie as like an antagonist, instead of just like, oh, it's Loki, we already know how Loki is. So yeah. Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. We'll probably bring it up again once the show is finished, because there's only 6 episodes. So we'll bring it up then. All right. Thor tags over. You can tag Saber and tell him we're done talking about that.
Saber's bark.
Because we're gonna talk about Wish Dragon next.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wish
which
Dragon.
I watched it again.
Oh yeah, we watched that.
Yeah, I watched it again with Saber yesterday, so we could do his quick vids on it.
It's cute.
Nice. Yeah. It's cute. One guy got fucked up like Ice King. That's so good.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
Storm King? You mean?
Storm King, Ice King, fucking Night King, all the same fucking kings. They all went
Ice
out
King
like
is
bitches.
not the same.
That's what happened. Okay. They all went out like bitches. Bitches, all of them.
Ice King didn't go out like a bitch.
Yeah, I need this girl to fuck me. Yeah, man, fucking shit. Yeah, I know that was a fun movie. I wasn't expecting much going into it when I watched it with Pele the first time. I was just like, okay, I'll just check it out. I thought I liked the dragon. It very much is like, Asian genie, how he acts. And
He's
stuff like
the
that.
anti-genie with like the things that he's doing. Yeah.
Exactly.
Where like genie's like trying to get Aladdin to tell the truth. Long is like, no, you gotta act like a rich guy.
Yeah, get the money, get this, and get the lady.
Okay, I love the genie's voice.
Right.
I can't kill anybody. Now I'm starting to sound like not Aladdin. I can't kill anybody.
Yeah. It was a fun movie. Like that whole scene where it goes into like their backstory of the genie's backstory of like why this happened. I was like, oh, that's fascinating. I had a fun time watching with like the girl he was interested in. She's pretty cool. I liked her. She was pretty chill. And I thought it was just a fun time. It wasn't anything that I was like, oh my god, I'm mind blown away. But it was like, yeah, it was a decent fun film.
Yeah. It was a cute one.
Mm-hmm.
The dragon was fun, like as far as like his animation goes.
Yeah,
and it kind of close at the end where I'm like, oh, he's just a bit cynical and mean, and I thought it'd be a bit more fun. But I'm like, okay, I get what's going on. And the entire theme about money and wanting it to wish for it, they actually made it work. Because at first I was like, just wish for money, idiot. It's like,
right.
Don't fix it.
So yeah, Wish Dragon. It's interesting because like that was the second Sony Pictures Animation Studio film on Netflix this year with Mitchell's and Machines.
Mitchell's. That was much better in my opinion.
Yeah.
Well,
no, with Wish Dragon, it was a bunch of different studios that worked on it, not just Sony. So the next one, Pixar, with Luca.
I haven't seen this.
Luca is gorgeous.
Yeah, I won't go into like any like major spoilers for this, since I don't know if you've seen it either.
I have not. I can just mute.
Yeah, I can mute too.
All right.
I'll just go pee, whatever. I'll just come back whenever. You talk when.
Okay. I'll put up a spoiler tag then. For Luca, in case you haven't seen it yet. Yeah, spoilers for Luca. So just mute if you don't want to hear any spoilers. So, yeah, it was very cute. It was very laid back compared to other Pixar movies.
Mm-hmm.
And also the designs are also very different compared to other.
They're a little more chibi-ish, kind of.
Yeah, because it's from the same director that did that one Pixar short, La Luna.
Really?
Yeah, with the like the boy and the man on the moon.
Oh yeah. I thought it was the designs were cutie. I thought it was. I'm like CalArts. I'm just joking. It wasn't CalArts. I was joking.
Yeah. Because there are some expressions that I saw from the characters, like Julia when they first meet Julia, the girl character who's not a sea monster. Which, by the way, the characters are sea monsters, and they can change into human when they get out of the water.
Which is, I thought they explained that a bit more.
Yeah. But with like, I was gonna say with the expressions with Julia, when they first meet her, and she's like riding up the hill on the bike, and she looks back and explaining it to them. She does like this, where her mouth kind of looks like I would want to say like a Peanuts kind of like smile. That was like a nervous smile. I thought that was cute. Yeah, so I do like the expressions and everything. Like this is definitely one of the most unique looking Pixar movies. Like if you showed it to somebody and didn't put the Pixar logo behind it, they wouldn't think it's Pixar.
Yeah, I was gonna say stylized looks a bit different. I appreciate that. I appreciate that they wanted to mix it up.
Yeah, the only thing that indicates that it's Pixar is that it looks really detailed, like compared to other movies. Like especially the water with like how they've been able to do water the past few years is like really good.
Oh, it's extraordinary.
Yeah,
they've been able to do with water. Like, I think visually, no one can come close to Pixar, at least as far as like the detail goes.
Yeah. I like what Tunjay said in the chat, that Luca is the first Pixar movie directed by someone who didn't go to CalArts.
And yet it looks a bit like CalArts, Sandra. What are you trying to project to us?
Yeah.
I like the deep sea uncle. That was a really cool design. I wish they would have done more with it though.
Yeah. I think me and Saber have like the same complaint in that we wish we could have seen the other underwater world a bit more.
Yeah,
because it wasn't shown that much.
A little bit more world building for the underwater world.
But I understand that this movie was basically kind of a love letter to the director's like childhood like home.
Wait, Italians are real?
He grew up. Huh?
Italians are real? I saw that like post where someone's like, "Man, I love Luca. I wish Italians were real."
This is great. Oh yeah, Tunjay. Yeah, I did see the post-credit scene with the uncle. That's great. Did you see that, Saber?
No, I don't think I did.
Yeah. There's a post-credit scene with the uncle, like in the deep sea, just talking to the audience.
I missed that.
Yeah. But I do, because I watched it twice. I watched it first by myself, and then I watched it with my dad. I usually watch Pixar movies at least twice. And I do really like the message that it's like trying to get across. About like, I guess, not being afraid to like come out as yourself to people.
Right. And like, don't be an island to yourself.
Yeah. Though it did resolve itself very quickly. Like, yeah.
The sea monsters are cool. Oh, I guess the sea monsters are cool.
Yeah. Which, at the same time, I'm kind of glad they didn't go the other route where they dragged it out for like another like 20 minutes. So yeah, I did really like it though.
It was an enjoyable film. It was cute.
Yeah.
I was pleased. I was pleased with the fish people. I love like the scales incorporated for like the hair.
Yeah, that's good.
Very pretty. Really, very, very great designs.
All right, here. Let's
What'd you say was the next one? Red, the panda. I'm a panda.
Turning red. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the next one. All right. Let me tag Jackson Hero back in here. Oh.
I'm back.
There. Okay. Yeah, I'll tag Hero then. So next thing before we go into trailers, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I played that the past week or so. I got a platinum trophy in it. It's really good. It's I think it's actually like one of the best like Ratchet and Clank games, and I've literally played every Ratchet and Clank game leading up to this.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Every single one. Why? I don't know. But...
Yeah, every single one, even the weird mobile game that was on cell phones in 2005. Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely the first PS5 game that really seems like it's a PS5 game, I guess, with like how it looks.
I'll order it then.
Yeah. And there are points where I'm like, it just feels like I'm playing an animated movie with how detailed it is.
Nice.
But the leaves don't move when you walk in them.
Yeah, but the least, there was that whole thing on Twitter that somebody was complaining about.
I was like, what? Literally, hush.
It's funny because there were some developers coming out from Insomniac, saying that like, oh yeah, we didn't crunch either, like with this game. It just seems like Insomniac's just like one of the best developers right now.
Nice.
Because they had like Spider-Man and Miles Morales, and then they updated Miles Morales to have that like ray tracing mode, and then they updated Ratchet and Clank to run it like 60 FPS. So it's Rift Apart's really good. You don't have to like know all of Ratchet and Clank's like story so far or whatever. It's sort of like a story on its own, but there are things that they do reference to from past games, especially like the PS3 trilogy.
Right.
But yeah, it's really good. I enjoyed it.
Nice.
Now let's move on to trailers. So we got a new Space Jam trailer. It's gonna be July 16th. In theaters.
Gonna watch it with y'all, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I'm probably gonna watch it.
You're gonna.
I'm probably gonna watch it on HBO Max first, since it's coming out before we do our get together.
You guys
I'll watch it
on
then.
The internet. You're on the internet too much, so it'll be spoiled if you don't watch it immediately.
And also, I'm gonna do a review on it anyway. So yeah, Free Guy, that movie about the NPC in a video game that becomes self-aware, who's played by Ryan Reynolds. That's actually going to be in theaters August 13th. I'm actually very interested in seeing that. Because from the trailers, it looks interesting.
Right.
We got a date for the Loud House movie. Because before it said like summer. But it's coming out August 20th on Netflix.
Right.
Then this is very interesting. Robin. It's a I think it's stop motion movie coming out on Netflix in November.
Right.
And I really like the style of it. From what I saw. So I'm definitely gonna check that one out. Another trailer for Snake Eyes, the G.I. Joe movie.
At least he had his mask in this new one. That's all I'm gonna say. Because like it still bothers me, even though I know that which origin story they're going with. Because like usually Snake Eyes, like he's either he takes a vow of silence or he gets injured and he's like loses his voice and stuff like that. So they're probably going with that route. So yeah, I'm interested. And only just seeing his mask, like that was the only part I was super hype about, was seeing Snake Eyes mask, because he's fucking awesome when he wears his mask. But besides that, it just looks very mid, as the kids say, mid.
See some TV trailers here. All right. Masters of the Universe. There was actually a lot of Netflix stuff revealed. But Masters of the Universe Revelation coming out. July 23rd. Actually, when we're having the thing.
That's funny. Yeah, exactly. That's interesting.
You said we're not having a thing. We can watch it as if we don't have like
a billion things to watch.
Probably not even gonna watch half of that, but it's funny though to just think of that. But like the whole Masters of the Universe thing, which I think is interesting, because I've been rewatching the 2002 He-Man, which is like very underrated. I don't know why people don't talk about it. Like I've been watching through it again. I'm like, wow, this is, it's good. It's not like like freaking godly, but it's like, oh yeah, this is pretty damn good. I don't know why people like forget it, because this new one is pretty much based off the 80s one, and it's like it's talking about all the stuff in the 80s stuff. But like I'm a bit on the thing, because I'm excited for it regardless, just because I like the whole thing they're doing. But like I've heard some stuff, and then the fact that Kevin Smith was like lying about certain stuff, where he was like, oh yeah, I'm a massive He-Man fan. I've loved He-Man for years, and I'm the reason I'm doing this story is like blah blah blah. But then it came out like all these tweets. It's just like, oh, I have no idea what He-Man is, but I know these people like it, and it's just like, what? And then there's interviews of them talking about, I never watched He-Man before in my life, and it's just like, bruh. And so like the way they were talking about it is it's pretty much going to be like all the cool stuff you saw in the trailer. Now again, I don't know. I'm not gonna like talk out my ass about something I don't know, but like I will say like from what I read so far was like they said the stuff that was shown was probably going to be like flashbacks or flash forwards or something like that, because the primary thing is about like Tila, and then like they very carefully worded it Masters of the Universe instead of a He-Man Masters of the Universe, so like they could just follow them. So it's pretty much going to be like the Tila show, and it's like, okay, I love seeing strong women and like doing all the badass stuff, but again, part of me is just like, especially after rewatching like the 2002 He-Man, I'm just like, man, I kind of wanted like to see a thing of that if they do that. So I don't know, I'll see, but yeah, I'm interested. It looks really good.
Yeah. The next thing, Monsters at Work. We got a new trailer for that. It's coming out on July 7th. I'm very excited for this show. I think it'll be fun.
Looks pretty.
Yeah, and like John Goodman and Billy Crystal coming back to reprise their roles.
That's good.
I don't think they're gonna be like front and center in the show though, because it's focusing on this other guy.
Right.
A trailer for Centaur World.
Yeah, that one looks quite bizarre.
It looks very weird. Yeah,
it looks bad. I'm gonna say it. I think it looks bad.
Why do you hate things that are different, Hiro Sashi?
So what?
Why do you hate things that are different, Hiro Sashi?
I hate things that look bad.
It does look kind of weird. That llama, it's like them fighting herds meets MLP, which is
it's like the faces
centaurs
look like ugly, like not even in an endearing way, just like it looks ugly. I hate the art style. And I think what's frustrating to me more so than anything is that they have the part with the human girl where it actually looks like a cartoon, and then it's like, no, we're just gonna shut that out the window because wacky antics in Centaur World. I'm like,
it just looks like
flashes back to the girl like sword fighting and shit. I'm like, do that, man. It looks better. Whatever.
It looked like, to me personally, like the Centaur part just looked like OKKO to me, which I guess like I don't know, that kind of art style and the way it moved, that's what it reminded me of, and I was just like, that's what it's not something that I'm like, oh god, I'm super excited for. It's just that's how I see it.
I'm not gonna pretend like I'm not like totally biased here. I just want that other show. The first half of it, the Cora looking girl, that's what I want. But like the way that they presented it, like the silly antics or whatever that happened in Centaur World, alongside the aesthetic that it has, I'm like, that looks not interesting whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be maybe satire, maybe, I don't know.
Or just goofy craziness.
Yeah. All right. Next thing. Chippendale Park Life.
Yeah.
Yeah. That had a trailer.
Where's Race and Sarah?
Yeah. Right.
Coming out July 28th.
Apparently, some people don't like this aesthetic. Actually, this one doesn't bother me. I think it looks fine. Yeah, I saw a lot of people that are like, "This isn't my Chippendales. This is stupid looking." Granted, it's Twitter. Take Twitter with.
Yeah.
Don't take Twitter.
Don't pay attention to Twitter. Don't pay attention to Twitter.
Just don't take.
So that Tom and Jerry in New York cartoon that's coming out on HBO Max on July 1st, we thought it was going to be based like off the movie, but really it's just like another Tom and Jerry cartoon.
Yep, there we go again.
There's a couple of Nickelodeon shows coming out on the same day. Okay. Middlemost Post, which is an original cartoon, coming out on Nickelodeon. Looks fine, I guess. I'd have to see some episodes to see how it is. And then the Patrick Star Show.
Mid.
That trailer didn't.
It's probably so good. I'll think I'll have it again.
I mean, I have to watch it first, like, I guess. But like, That trailer certainly didn't do it any favors.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's not what we're talking about, but like the Rugrats show, was it the new one? Is it like good? Is it of quality?
No,
Not really.
no. Okay, so here's the thing.
Low mid tier, maybe.
No, okay, so here's the thing. If you're like a child, like this one is very clearly for new kids and stuff like that. Like that's how it feels that's how it feels. Like when you watch the old show, because like I went back and rewatched a bunch of old Rugrats episodes, and that was clearly made for not only kids, but for people of all ages. Because like there are certain jokes was like, okay, that's hilarious, that's funny, that's actually hitting on there. The babies are saying stuff funny. This one doesn't know if it wants to be a preschool show or like a show that's like for just kids and stuff like that. So yeah, I would say it's definitely not a show that I'd continue watching after the 5 episodes I've seen, and it's just it's very like, but again, it's old Rugrats is
old Rugrats had the condom in the suitcase. Yeah, totally for children. Definitely for children.
Glorious.
Exactly. Beautiful.
That was such a good discovery. Oh my god.
They could have stopped Till if they tried hard enough.
Johnny Test coming back. July 16th on Netflix.
Johnny Testicles.
It looks pretty much the same, except for the outlines are colored outlines now instead of black. So.
Right.
I've only watched 2 episodes of that show.
So you gotta watch. You watch one too many.
I was genuinely surprised. I was like, maybe people are hamming up how many whip cracks there are, and I was like, they sure didn't at all.
Maybe folks are just hyping this up, and it's like, nope.
And then Uzumaki. I think that's how you say.
Oh
it.
yeah, that's that Junji Ito thing.
Yeah, it's gonna come out. They revealed this real early because it's coming out in October next year.
Well, they showed a trailer for it last year too, so it's just like, okay, I guess they just want to let you know it's coming. I guess they're putting a lot more work into it than compared to that last one. I'm assuming.
Yeah, because the last one was like an anthology series or whatever.
And they fucked that shit up. Like a lot of people do not like that at all. Yeah.
All right. Before we go into some of the E3 stuff, because there's a lot. Here's a few smaller stories. There's that whole Harley Quinn thing that happened.
Yeah, of how Batman doesn't ironically dine on cat.
Yeah.
Fucking DC. Yeah. So it's just like, yeah. No, it's just like, okay, first off, this man has had so much training in every freaking art and all these years of just trauma and traumatic experiences, and you're telling me he doesn't eat cat? Shut the fuck up. Yeah. Definitely muffs dives on that fucking thing. He eats kitten like motherfucker. Yeah. Fucking Alf from fucking ridiculous.
So there was some new information about the Powerpuff Girls reboot. Dove Cameron actually coming out and explaining why it's being redone, and saying that they want to rework it. They didn't rework it because the script leaked. They wanted to reshoot it for a couple of reasons. Because it's like a big IP, it's tonally specific, trying to get it right, making everybody happy, make sure that it translates. So, all those excuses and whatever. I still don't think it's gonna be good.
No, it's not.
Try, I guess. At least they're trying to do something like reshooting it.
I guess so.
Apparently there's going to be a prequel TV series on Peacock based off Ted.
Really? The Seth MacFarlane stuff?
Yeah.
Huh.
We're watching that.
Okay. That's interesting. So they're wait, it's a prequel of how
prequel.
When Ted was so when he was with him as a kid?
Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna be interesting.
This is interesting. New Line Cinema is going to be developing a Lord of the Rings anime movie.
I'm thinking about this one.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings anime movie? What?
I mean, I guess.
Will it work?
I don't know. I really don't. If in the right hands, maybe, but it's weird to think of anime and Lord of the Rings, but it's not like unreasonable.
Yeah.
I mean, oh, maybe.
All right.
This can be interesting.
So, there is going to be a Castlevania spinoff, or I guess continuation, basically. Since it's like generations in the future. It's funny because like the Netflix Geeked Twitter said like, oh yeah, here's information about the Castlevania spinoff. It's going to be about Richter, Sypha, and
Belmont or
Trevor.
Trevor. Yeah, Trevor's son. Yeah. I was trying to think which Belmont is it. Yeah, Sypha and Sypha and Trevor's son, but people were like, oh no, it's his great grandson. Because like it's like 300 years in the future.
I like that, though.
So, yeah.
So Alucard's still alive then?
Yeah, he's still alive.
Great.
Alucard.
So yeah, I was thinking about like Castlevania. I was like, oh, why would they end at 4 seasons? Like, couldn't they go forward? I was like, yeah, they're just gonna have like a separate series, for like the newer generation. So that's cool. All right. Wayne Brady was revealed to be voicing King Dice in the Cuphead show, and there was like a little clip of it.
It's perfect casting. I couldn't have cast.
Yeah. It yeah, like when you see it, see the clip, it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
White people love Wayne Brady because he makes Brian Gumble look like Malcolm. Make Brian Gumble look like Malcolm X. Hell, motherfucker. That's a Chappelle Show joke. I love that.
Let's see. We won't go into that right now. There's too much time. Let's see. Disney Plus is going to be releasing all of their original shows on Wednesdays now instead of Fridays, and also all their movies are going to be releasing on Fridays. So I guess like with Loki, because I guess they were going to test it out with Loki, where they would have the show released on Wednesday rather than Friday to see if people would watch it more, and I guess more people did, so they just decided to do that. So they're just going to do that.
Critical say that like Wednesdays are the best days for YouTube as well, so I guess it makes sense.
No one's doing anything, so they're at home.
Yeah,
no one.
Yeah, and like and people view movies as like a Friday thing anyway, because like that's when the new movies are out.
Right.
Speaking of which, Pixar movies are going to be returning to theaters in 2022, with their next one called Turning Red, which is about a girl who turns into a giant red panda when she gets excited. I don't know how well that's going to do in theaters. We'll have to see.
It's going to have like
yeah, you said that you were you don't think you don't have as much faith in this one.
Yeah, because like with Luca, I do really like Luca, but if it went to theaters, I don't think it would have done well. And I don't think Turning Red's going to do well either. I just have a feeling about it.
All right.
Guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Number one in the box office, Turning Red.
I cried. Better than Up and Toy Story 3 combined.
It's a good ass
movie. So Villainous. That show or shorts Villainous. It finished its first season of production, and it's going to be coming out sometime soon. So that's cool. And this I just found out today. Hero, you might find this interesting. There's going to be a Final Fantasy IX animated series in development.
That's good. They chose a good one.
Yeah, and like I was thinking about like all of the different Final Fantasies, like that one makes sense. Like with like the character designs and everything, is like it looks like it would be great for an animated series.
That's good. Except for TV series. There's been good video game TV series. Okay. So it has.
It's a series. It's not a movie. Yeah, which with a series like in an RPG, it was like you could make a couple seasons out of that or a few seasons.
Meanwhile, if you make a Persona 5, it's like you could make like an anthology out of that.
All right.
Why are RPGs so long? Please.
All right, now let's go to E3 because there's a bunch of stuff. So before E3 started, there was Jeff Keighley's Summer Games Fest thing, and I watched it. It was really weird. He had Weezer on for some reason. And like the big thing there was we finally got a trailer for Elden Ring. Which that's coming out in January, which was sooner than anybody was thinking. And another thing that was announced there that I liked because Jeff Goldblum presented it was Jurassic World Evolution 2. I was very excited about
nice.
Doesn't seem like a kind of game you'd be excited about. I don't know.
Yeah, random.
Yeah, thankfully, E3 2021 has a wiki page here, so there's a bunch of stuff that I can just scroll through. So Ubisoft had its presentation. The biggest surprise from that presentation was leaked out beforehand, which was Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope, the sequel to the Mario and Rabbids game. But the weird thing that they ended it on was they ended it on a CG trailer or a pre-rendered trailer for an Avatar game. And people were like, you're ending on that? I mean, I guess. Because it's weird because like I remember back in like 2008 or 9 when Ubisoft had a conference and they had James Cameron come out and talk about Avatar, the game that was tied to the movie tie-in game at the time. And at that point, we had no idea what Avatar was. We had never seen any images or any trailers, and people were just looking at James Cameron just ramble on about Avatar like he was a madman because we had no idea what he was talking about.
He is a madman, bro.
He is.
Because he was like trying to describe the movie, and people were like, "What?"
Imagine tall Smurfs in space.
Dances with Wolves. Pocahontas, Blue.
What'd you say, Hero?
December 16th, 2022 is when Avatar 2 is coming out.
I guess.
We're getting 5 of these things, right? Like, what the hell? We'll be 89 and be like, I can't make Avatar 3. Like,
he's not Power Movies and release all 5 in the same year.
Oh my god, could you imagine?
No.
He's so
that's like beyond the power move.
The next big one was
James, we're gonna lose money doing this. I don't care.
So the next big one was from Microsoft and Bethesda, which they because since Microsoft bought Bethesda, they're all their own show now. Which they showed up a bunch of stuff. They showed off like Starfield, Stalker 2, Psychonauts 2, which is actually coming out in August, which I'm excited about. Let's see, they showed Halo Infinite again. It looks better. It looks better, like I guess. But they did reveal that Halo Infinite's multiplayer is going to be free to play, so that's nice.
It better be. It better be free.
Right.
Hey, it's like you.
They revealed one game called Iodine Chronicles or Iodine Chronicle that it's basically a spiritual successor to Suikoden. From what apparently it's like from the same people. They did like a Kickstarter a few years back. So that was interesting. I didn't expect to see that at the Microsoft show.
They also showed like Guardians of my cat is going nuts. Like the Guardians of the Galaxy game.
No, that was Square Enix.
Was that Square Enix?
That was Square Enix.
They didn't show it at Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay. What did they reveal that I cared about then?
What, Microsoft?
Yeah.
No. The thing I just said about the Suikoden thing. I think that's it.
Well, yes. That was the one. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm looking at the list of the games here, and yeah, that's all I'm seeing.
Wait, they the ones that ended the show with that shooter.
Yeah, they ended the show with that like vampire thing called Redfall. And people are like, "What is this? Why'd you end on this?"
I mean, like all things considered, I hate shooties, but like that one.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, they didn't even show any.
One looked not like the worst. I don't know.
Yeah, they didn't even show like what kind of game it was. Like, is it first person? Is it third person? Is it cooperative? Is it single player? I don't know. They didn't show anything about it.
You got to see the characters' personalities, which, to be fair, were good.
Yeah. Then Square Enix's show. After that, oh boy,
people are more mad about this than me.
Yeah. So, yeah. They showed Guardians of the Galaxy. A lot of people say it looks bad. I think it looks fine. I think it's just that people are so used to the Marvel, the MCU versions of them, is that they'll never accept any other versions. Though these versions seem like they're trying to copy the MCU version, so it seems like a pale imitation. So I don't know.
It's like a blending of the comics and the MCU version is weird.
Yeah. But they focused on that game for like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Legitimately 20 whole damn minutes.
Yeah.
And how long was it? It was 40 minutes long, right?
Yeah, it was 40 minutes.
Presentation? Yeah. They took up half of the presentation.
Elwood, I'm glad you reminded me. Yeah, Atomic Heart. They showed a really quick trailer of that in Microsoft's thing. And I actually saw a video of it or a trailer of it beforehand, before E3, which looks really cool. So I'm sad that they didn't show more of that, but Atomic Heart does look like a really cool game. But yeah, they they showed like, oh yeah, we're going to remaster Final Fantasy 1 through 6 for phones and Steam, not on any consoles, and you got to buy them individually. It's not a collection. I don't know.
When they say phones and Steam, that means the Steam is getting the phone version.
Yeah, which they already have. Like they already have mobile versions on Steam, so people are like,
What happened with Diablo and Blizzard on the mobile phones? They just say
literally, who knows? Literally,
I don't know.
Right.
But Final Fantasy 1 through 6 is like, why? People were asking like, why didn't you just make this a collection, like, of like 5 of the best games?
They're like, we don't think, we never do.
I say 5 because 2 is horrible.
Aww.
2 is really bad.
Right.
When you're sipping out of that frozen cup. I know those cups.
Yeah. So yeah, I just wish they would have done a collection. Legend of Mana, which they mentioned that's coming out soon. Which it looks good. They're apparently doing a physical version of it.
Oh, are they? Oh, that's extra for me then. Let me go find that right the hell up.
Focused a bit on Marvel's Avengers. They showed Babylon's Fall, which is Platinum's next game. It looks like doo-doo.
Oh,
language, please.
Like I thought, when they first revealed it, like at the last Square Enix conference, I was like, oh, that looks pretty neat. And then they showed it this time, and I thought something was wrong with my eyes because things are just blending into each other.
Right.
Like, especially the close-ups of Babylon's Fall, I don't know. And they said it was like a live service game, and people were like, "Oh, it's gonna be like Avengers."
Oh wow, this has a nasty like to dislike ratio. Oof.
What, Babylon's Fall?
Yeah, that is rough.
Then they showed a bunch of Life is Strange stuff. I'm not really into those. I've never played them. Then the thing they showed last was the Final Fantasy Souls like, or I guess Neo like game, Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin. I've been seeing like very mixed opinions online about this game.
You've seen mixed of it? I've only seen bad impressions. Are people singing its praises?
I've been seeing some people that like are like, oh yeah, I loved like the way this game plays and everything, but then I've seen like other side where it's like, oh, this is stupid. Like, yeah, I played a bit of the demo, which was interesting. Which I hope they do give into like feedback like they've been doing with like past games. Though I think like the things that people are mad about, they are not going to get feedback for. Because it's like they're mad about like the characters, the dialogue, like all that, and I'm like, yeah, you're not gonna get pushback on like you're not gonna push them back on that. It doesn't seem like it.
Right.
They're talking about like, oh yeah, what can we do to enhance the gameplay or whatever. There was a PC gaming show which was like a bunch of stuff we had seen. Capcom's show, which was basically useless because it didn't show anything. All that it said was, oh yeah, there's going to be like DLC for Resident Evil Village.
The vampire girl's back. Ooh. Sure, we killed her.
And then, definitely my favorite, Nintendo show, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Started off with Smash.
The good one.
Started off with Smash revealing Kazuya as the 5th fighter in the Fighters Pass 2 pack, where he was
I just want to say, here's some elitism again, but just watching Smash people talk about Kazuya is really, really entertaining. I was like,
yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but that's fine. It's fine. Not everyone knows.
Because when I saw the glove, I was like, oh, Tekken. Yeah, and because I was thinking, why was nobody talking about Tekken? Because like it's Bandai Namco who works on Smash, so it makes all the sense in the world for Tekken to be in.
People are like, no one cares about this character. I was like, Tekken is wildly popular. What are you on about? Like,
right
now.
Yeah. It was a great gag of him like throwing people off the cliff, and then like with Kirby just floating back up.
But did they have a cat falling off the edge though? Does he deserve more pain?
They executed Captain Falcon. There's no more F-Zero. Then let's see. They showed Life is Strange again, and also more Guardians of the Galaxy, and we were both like, "Oh no, it's the Square Enix conference again." Then they showed a bunch of other stuff. They showed Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania, which actually leaked like a few days earlier, which is a remake of like the first couple games.
So you can break your Switch controllers. That costs more than the other controllers. Great.
Yeah, I've never played a Super Monkey Ball.
Oh my god, they're infuriating. They're delightful but infuriating.
They showed Mario Party Superstars, which is a collection of N64 minigames and boards, which is great. And I just wanted to say that the boards look super detailed. Like if you look at Peach's cake, Princess Peach's cake board, like the frosting, like, oh, I can eat it.
Please let this Mario Party be good. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, like it's N64 games and boards, so should be if they follow like the same rule set of like the N64 games, then I think it'll be fine.
It can be good. Like stop reinventing Mario Party.
Yeah, and also this is going to be like online for all modes, so that's
Nintendo Online means nothing to me. Not until I see it actually be good.
Well, Rise works. I mean, but it's Capcom. Then they showed the thing that made me and Tom freak out. Metroid Dread.
Of course.
Because they showed Samus. Yeah. Because first they said, "Oh yeah, we're still working on Metroid Prime 4," But in the meantime, here's another Metroid game. And then they showed Samus coming down, and then like went to black and said Metroid 5, which me and Tom freaked out about because for those of you who don't know, the NES Metroid is the first one. The Game Boy one's the second one. Super Metroid is Metroid 3. Metroid Fusion is Metroid 4, and then the Prime games are sort of like their own storyline in between those games. But yeah, Metroid Dread. Then it was revealed that was a Metroid Dread. After like the robot that was chasing Samus. The thing with Metroid Dread is that it's been a thing for like 15 years, or over 15 years. Because it was rumored to be like a DS game for a while. Then it never came to fruition, so people thought it was dead. But it's alive apparently, and it's coming out in October, and I'm very excited to play it. I was replaying some of Samus Returns and Zero Mission, and I was playing a bit of Super Metroid while I was here. So yeah, I'm very excited to play Metroid Dread. Then
it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, let's see some other things here. Oh, one thing that surprised me was Cruisin' Blast. That's actually an arcade game. I didn't know that. Well, it makes sense because like the cruising games originally were arcade games. Yeah. They reminded us of Mario Golf coming out later this month. Showed some actual gameplay of Monster Hunter Stories 2. Which all the other trailers we had seen beforehand were just like story trailers with like the cutscenes and everything. We hadn't really seen any of the gameplay. So that was nice. That's also coming out next month. WarioWare, Get It Together, which is
that was a nice surprise.
Like, I was like, oh, there hasn't been like a legit WarioWare in a long time. There's been like Game and Wario. There was Game and Wario on the Wii U, but that wasn't really a WarioWare. So. And there was like the collection. There was the collection on the 3DS.
Wario Land Shake It? Is that the last proper WarioWare?
No, Wario Land Shake It is a Wario Land. WarioWare Smooth Moves. That's a
Smooth Moves. That's what
that's a WarioWare. Well, that the last one? I mean, I guess WarioWare do it yourself. That was when like you could make your own micro games on the DS. They showed. Oh yeah, there's another one that we actually had gameplay for. Shin Megami Tensei 5, coming out.
Boy, finally! Oh my god, how long ago was this game announced?
It was announced when the Switch was announced. That's the thing.
Yeah,
like that's how long it was ago, and it's coming out in November.
Yes, very excited for that. Day one.
They call it Shin Megami Tensei 5 because you have to wait 5 years to play it.
If you like, actually, I guess I can't say that. I was gonna say if you like Persona, you'll love Shin Megami Tensei, but Persona has more of an uppity, happy vibe, which is funny because Persona is not particularly happy, but Shin Megami Tensei is extra not happy.
Yeah. It looks like it, and from what I saw or what people described to me, it was like, oh yeah, it's like Pokemon but dark, with like getting your demon.
I mean, they're not wrong, but it's Pokemon but like really dark. Like dark doing justice.
This was interesting. That Danganronpa is actually being ported to the Switch. With like the first 3 games. That was interesting.
Game that I keep saying I'll play at some point and just never do. Oh my god! Hi.
Surprise cat.
Oh my god.
They announced Fatal Frame Maiden of Blackwater, which was a Wii U game that they are finally like bringing out, like porting to the Switch and also other consoles because the developer that makes them like is not like under Nintendo. It's Koei Tecmo who makes it. So yeah, Fatal Frame. That game is coming to I believe like all platforms like Xbox and PlayStation 2. Showed Mario and Rabbids again. Then they showed Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp. I was very surprised by that.
the most important thing to me, but yes.
Yeah, I've never played Advance Wars, so I'm gonna I mean I've already pre-ordered it because like there was this deal at Target where you can get like 2 for 1 for the new games coming out, so I did that.
Yeah, I thought Advance Wars was definitely an absolutely dead in the water franchise because Fire Emblem's
Yeah,
doing
for
so
Fire
well.
Emblem, and then like all these indie games with like Wargroove, and also like I forgot to mention in the Summer Games Fest that Metal Slug Tactics was announced, which that was a big surprise. But it makes sense with Metal Slug. I was like, oh yeah. But yeah, Advance Wars. I've never played Advance Wars before, so I'm excited to play it. And it's being developed by Way Forward, who makes the Shantae series.
Which I just found out actually yesterday. I didn't know that they were the ones doing it.
Yeah. Saber, I know you've played Advance Wars as a kid.
I was surprised. Like, whoa, actually, I'm bringing it back. It's cool.
Yeah, so it's gonna be also online play. So
that'd be fun.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
It should be fine with Advance Wars because like it's a turn-based game. So.
Lag can't mess up Advance Wars. It doesn't matter how bad the service is.
Yeah, it said like online up to 4 players. So cool.
I say that, but the tile selection could be laggy, like how the password entering in Monster Hunter Rise was laggy. Oh my god, it could be bad.
Yeah, and then they ended on Zelda stuff with the Age of Calamity DLC. They showed Skyward Sword HD again. They announced a Game & Watch, which is much better than the Mario Game & Watch that they came out with, because I still see them in stores just stacked up and nobody's buying them. With this, I think people will actually buy it because it has 3 games on it. It just seems like it's like, oh yeah, that better, I guess, because it comes with Zelda, Zelda 2, and Link's Awakening.
Why does Saber look so focused right now? Oh my god.
I'm pooping.
Are you playing Enlisted?
A little bit.
Are you going to war?
I'm always at war.
You look so focused. Anyway, but like, could you imagine that? Having products be in stock? That's crazy, right?
Right. But the thing is, like, people saw the Mario Game and watch. It was like, I don't want to play. I want to buy like Mario 1 again for $50.
Again. How many times have you bought Mario 1? I've bought Mario 1 probably 4 times at this point. Yeah. Jesus. I'm not buying that game again. Never again.
Yeah, I've just been looking for the Game & Watch to like go like on clearance or something, just so I can get it to have it like as like a novelty. But then the last thing was a trailer for the Breath of the Wild 2, or the sequel to Breath of the Wild, which looks very interesting and cool.
Nice.
Some like time manipulation stuff going on. So they said they couldn't reveal the title because it would give away too much. So I don't know what's going to happen when they reveal the title, because they're going to give away too much, apparently.
With the Zelda game?
Yeah, the Zelda game, yeah.
Yeah, Zelda, or just Breath of the Wild 2, Zelda dies. That's the name of the game.
Yeah.
We told you to go away too much.
So that was E3 stuff. So I guess we can go on to super chats now. So if you want to ask any questions, you can send to super chats, or you can ask on Twitter.
I'm gonna land me out real fast. Be right back.
All right. Wait. All right. First question. There was the one from Rigid Rat that I didn't see. Yeah, Rigid Rat said, someone asked me to name 2 structures that hold water. I said, well, damn.
I've heard that one before. That was a good one. Yeah, I heard that on something before.
All right, and Matthew Valente apparently feels very strongly about this because he sent it in 4 times. Said basically saying Luca is great, one of Pixar's greatest, way better than garbage like Ratatouille, Soul, and Incredibles 2.
Okay, whatever, my guy.
He also became a new member, so thank you. Edit man, saying top 5 or less worst E3 press conferences this year. For me, Square, PC Gaming, Capcom, Bandai Namco, and Gearbox.
I only watched 3 of them.
Yeah, I didn't even watch Gearbox because I heard it was be like whatever. Out
of the ones that
I also didn't watch Bandai Namco because it was only going to be on one game. Man.
The worst one? I don't know.
It's funny because for the PC gaming one, the audio actually didn't cut in until like a couple minutes in. The audio was like
the worst one. It's by default.
Yeah, Day 9 was hosting it. And yeah, the thing is like they had like a whole skit planned, and the audio didn't cut in until like 2 minutes into the conference. So nobody had no idea what was going on.
Was it like a?
It was a pre-recorded thing. So like, yeah.
It's remarkable.
Yeah. So whoever like put it on to the Twitch stream just didn't.
They fucked up.
Yeah, at least on Twitch there was no audio. But yes, Square Enix, Bandai Namco, Capcom, I guess.
Capcom was the worst, I guess. Yeah, he said they didn't show anything, right?
Yeah. Then Editman says, "What is your rating for this year's E3 overall? For me, it is a D-. Nintendo did admittedly have some cool stuff, but not enough for the high grade for me. For like everything?
For everything, Nintendo carried that shit so goddamn hard. As they do a lot, actually. They do that frequently.
Yeah. Because I keep seeing that people are saying like, oh yeah, Microsoft had like their best E3 since like the 360 years, and I'm like, yes, I mean they showed games, but I think the main thing that people are looking for at E3 is that like they're looking for surprises, and there were like literally no surprises at a lot of these conferences.
Yeah. I think Nintendo well, it's unfair for me to say because I didn't watch all of the conferences because I wouldn't do that. I'm not interested in a lot of them. But out of the 3 that I watched, a C-. Metroid Dread and Advance Wars carried that shit like champions. So
Matthew Valenti says, oh, he's replying to a day of my friends. Edman saying, I find it hard to believe that Tetsuya Nomura was a character designer for Stranger of Paradise when he gave us the most iconic character designs since FF7. Stranger of Paradise characters look bland and memeable. Have you seen recent Nomura designs?
Nomura as in like the Blue Sky stuff thing?
No, that's...
Or am I thinking of something else?
Tetsuya Nomura.
I'm thinking something different.
He's
Nomura's the Kingdom Hearts guy.
Yeah. Oh. He makes some design choices that
yeah.
Big shoes, lots of belt buckles. I need more.
Wacky hair. Yeah, that's Nomura.
Richard Rad had the same super chat. I guess he did it again. Like someone asked me to name 2 structures that hold water. I said, well, damn. Editman says, what advice would we give to other companies to better their press conferences or directs like Nintendo?
Try. Let's try.
At least I thought you said cry.
Cry. Yeah.
Honestly, stop doing these like stupid like bringing us to life. This isn't happening this much this year, but like stop bringing in like celebrities to be like, oh man, this game, I love playing this game. I don't actually know anything about this game. They asked me to just present this game. Yeah. And it's like a whole little presentation on the game. And I was like, just show the game.
Yeah.
and then show the next game.
I think Sony's been learning as far as like with their state of plays and stuff. Especially what they did last year when they unveiled the PS5. I was like, that was a really good like presentation to show off like what they had planned for the future of PlayStation. So, and supposedly they're going to have a something like later this month or next month for Sony because Sony wasn't at E3.
My advice is show games, and if you're not going to show games, stop the conference.
Just turn it off.
Like, stop. Like,
let's turn it off.
Show the games you have, and then stop.
We are done here. Turn it off.
Edman asking, what was the absolute worst moments in this year's E3 that made you groan or cringe the most? For me, it was the mobile section of Square press conference and Randy Pitchford's interviews in the Gearbox Showcase. I didn't watch the Gearbox Showcase, so I have no idea about that. What make me groan or cringe the most? There were some like cringy things in the PC gaming show.
Man, you want cringe? You should watch the Annie Awards. They have got it covered.
They weren't too bad this year though. But
not bad this year. Yeah. The amount of technical errors that Annie has.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Edit Man saying, to clear up one question about the SNK mobile game commercial was not for King of Fighter All Stars. It was for SNK All Stars mobile game. Left the video link in Discord in the live podcast app. Oh, okay. I'll have to check that out later though. Chaos nearly ruined E3. Yeah, the whole thing. The whole thing is being memed on with that Stranger of Paradise thing of them saying chaos a lot. Edman says, "Oh yeah, thoughts on Nintendo's E3 stream restriction? I guess or restriction. Yeah, people blew that like overblew that so much. Like I streamed it, a bunch of other people streamed it, like reacting to it. Nothing happened. Because it was Twitch was really at fault there. Is that Twitch retweeted a Japanese tweet from Nintendo of Japan saying that, oh yeah, you cannot co-stream this stream. Please watch it on your own or whatever. What they mean by that, I think, is that you can't just literally mirror the direct by streaming it that way. I don't know. I didn't know if like reactors in Japan were having trouble with that or not, but yeah. But for like people outside of Japan, really did not have to worry about it. So, Enigma Friends asking, what are at least 2 video games that each of you think could be made into legitimately good shows or specials or movies? Each of us have different answers and or genres of games.
Well, we just had a little extra filter on it. Okay.
Damn it! Ha! There you go. I beat Paleo. I want to have a show. There we go. There, ha. Ratchet and Clank. There you go. Yeah.
There was actually the pilot to that. To the Ratchet and Clank. Like I don't know if they're actually going to do one though.
Oh. You know what? Jack and Daxter. There you go.
Yeah. So video games that should be a movie or a TV show or what?
Or specials or
TV
movies.
show.
I think TV show just works better for games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to think of like things that have not had adaptations.
Yeah, things that have not had. The things I'm thinking of, I'm like, oh, but they did actually do that. Pokemon, never done before, ever.
Yeah, who would watch that shit? Yeah.
I was telling you before, like
F-Zero. It has a show, no new game.
No new game. I was telling you before, like it sucks that Final Fantasy Shadowbringers A is an MMO because a lot of people don't want to play MMOs, and B, it's 3 expansions into an MMO because Final Fantasy 14 Shadowbringers has legitimately one of the best JRPG stories I've ever played. I'll say it's the best one. I think no, one of the best because man, Chrono Trigger is so good.
Yeah.
But one of the best.
Chrono Trigger did have like an OVA.
Yeah, it did. I'm just saying, like,
it might
no
work as a
one,
show.
unless you're interested in playing an MMO, you're not gonna get the Shadowbringers, and that's such a loss because I wish more people could experience the story.
Yeah.
So that I wish they would make it a movie or something. I really do.
Ooh, Golden Sun show. Yeah, that would work. It did with friends.
Mhm.
But I think a lot of the Final Fantasies, at least like 4 onwards, would work as shows. Because the first 3 Final Fantasies are very simple stories.
Mhm.
While like 4 onwards are a bit more complicated.
You know what? I don't know how well it would work, but I would watch the shit out of it anyway. If they made a Rhythm Ten Goku show, I would love it. It could be trash. I don't even care. Let's make it an anime.
Just
or
want
something.
Dragon Ball.
Come on, Dragon Ball.
You know what? From everything I've seen of it, it just seems like the video game version of Star Trek, a Mass Effect show.
I could work very well, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, very well.
In fact, I wouldn't even be surprised if it happened. Gotta be real.
Yes.
Eddieman says, did you see the DMCA friendly version of the Square conference on YouTube? It's hilarious. No, I haven't. I'll have to check that out. Rigid Rat says, Nintendo E3 carried malaria on a mosquito. Carried like a malaria on a mosquito.
Oof.
Oh, woof.
That's a take that I agree with.
Brandon King asking, are you excited for middlemost post on Nick? Yeah, we talked about that earlier. It looks interesting. I'll have to watch a couple episodes of it though. All right, let me go to Twitter here. See what people have to ask. Up. Mentions. What?
Dragon Ball game.
All right. Nathaniel Foga asking, what do you guys consider the most underrated remake out there? Most underrated remake?
Underrated. Underrated is a key term here. Okay, hold on a second. Give me a second.
I mean, yeah. I was gonna say, like, technically, The Thing from the '80s is actually a remake.
Yeah, but
but it's not underrated.
Everyone loves that. No. Yeah, everyone loves that movie. Underrated. There's a few I'm thinking. Is it shows or movies?
It could be anything. It could be games too.
Well, that He-Man remake in 2002 is clearly underrated. So that's like barely anyone talks about it. So that's something. So there's horror movies I like that were remade, but I wouldn't say they're underrated because like it's more of an acquired taste with certain things. Right. Like for instance, like there's the Friday 13th remake, which I like because Jason was like sprinting and running like Rambo instead of being like a slow zombie killer. But like that, it's just how it is. Remakes that were underrated. The Thundercats remake. Well, no. Was it the 2011 one?
The 2011 one. Yeah.
Did people talk about that?
I don't
know. I can't remember if people talk about that. I can't
think of some games that are like.
They need to remake Spider-Man.
The
PS4. One? Yeah, the PS1 one with Spider-Man 4 graphics and then gameplay. Can you imagine Monster Rock chasing you and it's like that fucking thing from Resident Evil 5? Like how fucking terrifying that'd be? That'd be fucking hype. They need to do that.
All right. Major Mekazawa says this one's for the resident Godzilla experts, Jackson Tom. Have you guys
wait, Saber?
He's not an expert.
You've never seen anything.
Hey,
yo, what's up?
I didn't leave out Saber. Major Mekazawa did. Have you guys read the Godzilla comics that Marvel published in the late 1970s? I discovered it from a good comic tropes video. It gave us the glorious panel of JJ yelling at Godzilla.
The one where he has like the fucking, he's like, oh, I need you to get Spider-Man or some shit, or like where it's like where he's yelling for Parker. Yeah, yeah, okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah, I remember these. Yeah, I remember reading like a few of these. These are fun. Like Godzilla Bear looks like himself in that image though. And stuff like it's just some red-eyed dinosaur. Oh yeah, yeah. Good times. Good times. Simple as that.
All right.
Oh god.
Few questions. Q&A from Kevin. Did you or anyone else in your group think in a million years that you would be a fan of MLP, G4 specifically? No? I never thought beforehand.
I mean, honestly, it was so out of left field because again, I've told the story like God knows how many times with y'all, whereas like I was literally scrolling spill.com and then like someone did a fucking like post of those two idiots that would make those horrible movies like Disaster Movie and Epic Movie and all that crap. I was like, oh, what the fuck is this nonsense? And then someone posted an image of Fluttershy saying, I am so frustrated I could just scream. And I clicked on it and say, like, what is it? And I was expecting this big ass yell, and then it's just Fluttershy screaming in its light. And I was like, huh, that's kind of cute. And then I just like went and watched clips of that yellow horse, and I was like, I like this yellow horse. And then did watch clips for like 11 days, and I was like, you know what? I'll watch an episode. Yeah, I'll watch like it's a two-parter. I'll watch it, and then like again once Twilight was like, "Tell me she's not," when they start singing that, just made me. I rewound that shit 11 times because it's fucking hilarious. Because I thought like this is gonna be some hero, like you mentioned a couple weeks ago when we were talking about how there's people who are adults who watch Paw Patrol, and there's people who are watch MLP, and it's like what was the difference between them, because like Paw Patrol talks down to like the people's like, are you watching this, what color am I doing, and stuff like that. So I figured yeah, that's what the show's gonna be. And then it was just like, tell me she's not, this fucking bitch is singing when we in the forest with his nightmare horse and shit, and it's just like,
those exact words.
That shit made me
Exactly. Words.
Those exact words. Yeah, that shit made me just gravitate towards. So I never thought in a million years, yeah, that would happen.
And then
question.
And then the other question from Kevin saying, what about MLP drew you to watching it, and were there other shows that you like that you may have watched, like Sailor Moon? I mean, I did watch Sailor Moon as a kid.
Yeah, the thighs.
That was on Cartoon Network.
And thighs.
And thighs.
Mini skirts and thighs. Yeah, fucking mini skirts and thighs. So like, well, I want to watch Dragon Ball Z. No, turn that shit back on. Who said that? I did. Fucking look at your pants.
Libido.
I'm telling you that
myself.
I'm telling you that hour-long block when I got home from school, that it was Sailor Moon followed by Hamtaro. That was the jam. Oh
yeah,
that was the good shit.
Remember Powerpuff Girls used to be on fucking Toonami too. They had those badass promos for Powerpuff Girls. So it was like, oh shit, yeah.
Did you ever watch Powerpuff Girls Z?
Oh, you mean the anime version?
I've never.
I've watched 4 because I remember I watched it with a friend. And I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Because we found it one day when we were watching clips from the movie. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And I remember I was just like, "This is interesting," but I haven't watched it since literally high school. Like, literally high school. I haven't watched it since then.
It didn't capture me. It looks cool. I should give it another shot because it's been many years, but it didn't immediately capture me.
Right.
I want to see it.
I have a question for the resident Lord of the Rings experts, Paleo and Jax.
Yeah. So, anyways, when I got my lightsaber to fight Dragon, Valder bit.
See, Santalo Celine asking, what's the most depressing thing you've seen at a video game, film, or animation?
Final Fantasy Spirits Within.
That
was hard to watch.
Wait, what was the most depressing thing you've seen out of video games, film,
or animation?
History and existence.
Okay. Yeah, video games or history in general?
Just anything. Literally anything.
No, games, film, or animation. Either one.
Oh, animation. Okay.
Yeah, film, anime. I mean, like, there's tons of depressing ass shit where it's just like that just ruined my fucking day. I don't want to watch this shit. It's just like, yeah, it's like I really don't like sad shit. Like, there's this one thing I remember watching about like this kid who was always like a piece of shit to his parents, and they were always so kind and loving to him. And he was like, oh yeah, whatever, you guys fucking suck. And then like he like goes on and he's a piece of shit, but then he has like this whole character growth moment, and then he's like, you know what? I should go back and apologize to my parents. And by the time I got back, they were dead. And I was like, man, I just ruined my fucking day. Why the fuck did I watch this shit? No, why the fuck? I'm sad now for the rest of the day. It's just like, fuck this.
I like sad things, but it does eventually have to have a payoff. I don't want to watch something that's sad that is just sad because it's sad. That's not great. Like, it has to eventually have some kind of payoff. And that's why I know it's a beloved movie and it's a good movie. I'm not going to say it's not, but watching Grave of the Fireflies just kind of ruined my day. I was like, I don't like this. I don't like this movie.
Everyone died till Goku got the Dragon Balls and wished everyone back, so you're okay. That's how I think of those movies. It's anime.
I know it's like a historic event. I was not happy, but like it just sucked. It just sucks to watch. Like,
exactly.
F back up says, what are your thoughts on how we finally have Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network characters in the same thing thanks to the Brawlhalla now? Yeah, I saw that, Ben 10, Adventure Time, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Steven Universe are all in Brawlhalla.
Brawlhalla.
Though, yeah,
What
it's
is
like
that?
they say granted TMNT isn't a proper Nicktoon. Because like,
well, what is Brawlhalla?
it's just like a brawler fighting game, like similar to Smash, but it's by Ubisoft. It's like on all platforms. But they have like guest characters sometimes, and they have a lot of Cartoon Network guest characters with like Ben 10 and Adventure Time and Steven Universe. And recently they added TMNT, though like the 80s TMNT. So
of course. What other TMNT would every fucking time it's the 80s.
every time.
Every fucking time. 2003 was dope, I'm just saying. Oh, geez.
Ryan Conde says, what is your favorite horror movie for each of you? For me, it will always be The Shining. Still amazing for more than 40 years. My favorite horror movie? I did mention
I'm
The
actually
Thing
curious to
earlier.
hear yours.
I did mention The Thing earlier. I do really like The Thing. I'm
Thing
not
is
sure if it's my
really great.
favorite though. Let me look.
Time. Do you like underwater like horror films, Paleo? Because I know you watched The Host recently.
Oh yeah, that was good.
It's cool.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
I don't like horror, but I did like Nightmare on Elm Street. So that was a good
That's
movie.
good.
Which one? Which one?
The first one.
Oh, is it the 1984 or 2010?
It was definitely 1984 because we watched it like 4 Octobers ago, I believe. We were watching all of those Halloween movies.
Yeah.
We watched Nightmare on Elm Street. I was like, that's a wait. That is the one where like he gets you while you're sleeping, right?
It was way more than 4
Freddy
Octobers
Krueger.
ago. That was like back in 2013 or something.
Was it really that long?
Yeah.
Oh
You were watching. Damn it! Yeah, I was about to say you were watching this shit without me. What the fuck?
I have lost track of time entirely.
Yeah.
I'm still 22 in my head.
Yeah.
that was a
Okay.
good movie.
You know, a guilty pleasure horror movie. Like I can't really think of a legit answer at the moment, but the Krampus. I enjoy the Krampus.
Oh yeah,
It's fun.
yeah, that's good.
Christmas holiday.
Krampus.
Let me some water real fast.
Oh yeah, I was looking at.
I lied entirely. Sorry. Get
You mean
Out.
Get Out?
Get Out.
Get Out.
Yeah,
is your
Get Out.
favorite, Yeah,
Get Out's really good.
Get Out's good.
I was looking at my my films here on Letterboxd and organized by horror, and Alien. I forgot. Like, I mean, it's a horror movie, I guess. Sci-fi horror.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In space, no one can hear you scream.
Count, or is that more of a psychological thriller?
Which one?
Silence of the Lambs.
Which one?
Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs. I just consider that more of a thriller because it's like because it's not like it's more of a thriller because like it's not that's more of a thriller. Like while the show is more horror. Like the show Hannibal is definitely more a horror show than what that.
Yeah.
For me, it's Trick or Treat. as much as I love Jason, like Trick or Treat is just my I don't know, like it hit. I love so many varieties of horror movies, and this hits just every category from like the monster ones, you got demons, you got fucking serial killers, you got all of them just interacting with each other on Halloween night, and I've always loved that movie. I watch it every Halloween, so Trick or Treat is my favorite.
Yeah. I was also looking here, because there's some like horror comedies too that I really like. You know, like
Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Yeah, that was
Tucker
great.
and Dale versus Evil is
like Shaun of the
phenomenal.
Dead, Zombieland.
Zombieland.
Like I mean, I guess Cabin in the Woods is kind of like that. Like Cabin in the Woods is great.
Yeah, that's definitely a horror comedy. Yeah, definitely.
And then some other ones. Like It Follows. That was a really good
It
one.
Follows is great. That was one where it's just like, wow, fucking herpes can murder. This is so good. Yeah, fucking crazy.
Yeah.
The Blob.
Let's see. Ozzy asking, how do you even heard of a YouTube independent animation called Guardians of Pondonia? It's an MLP parody, and it's made by a veteran Disney and Warner Brothers animator.
I've never seen that.
I don't think
I can't say I've seen that. No.
Yeah. I saw Kevin saying in the chat. It says, speaking of Alien, there's a crossover comic I read recently that's between that and MLP.
What are you talking about? Like
Alien
actually,
Alien My Little Pony. Let me look it up.
G4 MLP and Alien. Is this like that fucking comic. You know how like they had the Predator meet Archie?
yeah.
And the like Predator was murdering Archie characters, and it was like, what the fuck? I thought this was for kids. Like, what the fuck is this going? Like, what is this shit?
Wait, is this an unofficial comic? Oh yeah, I think it's an unofficial comic. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not an official comic, but it's a fan-made one.
Yeah, it's not like fucking Go look up Archie versus Predator, chat, if you want to see something that'll just shock you. Because I really was like surprised when reading that. Like, what the fuck are they doing?
All right, that's all the questions on Twitter. So that's it. So we can end the show like actually fairly on time.
Oh, it's early actually, ahead of time.
Yeah. All right. Thank you all for coming out to the show, and thank you to all the super chatters and everything. Next show will be on the 5th. Yeah, July 5th. So that should be fun.
5th of July.
Yeah, the 5th of July.
You'll have your hot dogs. Get your hot dogs and your chili and blah 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 blah.
Celebrate America. Merc with explosions.